Get ready to be serenaded as John and Mark enjoy a romantic dinner with Killswitch Engage.
Take your pull.
Get your pull. Crash Lamb of God's bus. Well, not literally.
Everything you hear is true. And then some.
And then some.
And jam with thrash legends Exodus. Plus, DevilDriver, History, and a lesson in Swedish metal from Soilwork.
Cirkelgryta.
It's all happening now on Talking Metal on Fuse. And now, heavy metal's dynamic duo, John and Mark.
Thank you. Welcome to another edition of Talking Metal on Fuse. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great. You can only be great when you're hanging out with the one and only Bud Friendly. All right. Bud, I heard that you have recently returned from a pretty interesting vacation.
That is correct. I went overseas and adopted a wife.
And we've got the one and only Metal Mike. He's metal for life. This guy's metal for life.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks, guys.
On the couch, we have some Talking Metal family members like Ken Pierce from piercingmetal.com, a site I highly recommend. Ken Pierce.
Thank you, guys. Great to be here. Great to be here.
Love your site. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for the support.
And we've got the one and only Juliana from Coyote Ugly in New York City.
Hi, thank you. Thanks.
And we have Matt, who is a fan of all things hard rock and metal. What are some of your recent shows that you've been to, Matt?
I just went to Killswitch last week down in Jersey. That was an awesome show. They played with Every Time I Die. It was great.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, we actually just saw Killswitch with Lamb of God, DevilDriver, Soilwork, unbelievable tour, and it was really cool to hook back up with Lamb of God.
Every time I see this band, they blow me away. Growing up, what other bands kind of shaped your youth?
You know, like all the old thrash bands, Anthrax, Testament, you name it. I was listening to it.
Go down the list of bands that we kind of came up listening to and idolized as kids while we were learning to play and stuff. You know, we've really toured with most of those bands, or pretty much all of our, early heroes in metal.
Through all the touring that Lamb of God has done, they've gotten to meet a lot of people that influenced their career, and I was, curious to hear what they thought about Dave Mustaine, being they toured with him on Gigantor.
I can tell you with great certainty that Dave Mustaine wound up being a far bigger character and a lot more fun than he's even made out to be.
Everything you hear is true.
And then some.
And then some.
Yeah, he is a force to be reckoned with.
He's off the chain, man.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Dave Mustaine is definitely a character. But you hear all sorts of stuff about Dave, but he was really, really cool to us when we interviewed him.
Absolutely. He sat down on the couch and played guitar with you?
That's what I was. The only thing is he did make fun of my Brian Setzer shoes.
Which you're wearing today.
Which I am now wearing.
That's Brian Setzer, now you got the shoes.
I'm surprised you put him back on after that.
I know, after that interview, I actually wouldn't wear these shoes for like a month, but they're back.
It's interesting to talk to the guys in Lamb of God, because there's a lot of other people who are also fans of them.
Kurt from Metallica.
Yeah.
Chris Poland from Megadeth. Alex from Testament.
Dave Grohl.
Cool.
Yeah, really cool. Really nice guy. He was just as cool as he could be, man. Just singled all of us out, talked about music and new tunes. Like it wasn't just like, oh, Lamb of God, yeah, I love your stuff. No, he knew what he was talking about.
Dave is a true metalhead. He's recorded a song with Tony Iommi. He's done the Probot record.
Looking for relief in your miserable life.
Dave Grohl has such an incredible audience, and to go and do a metal record and it just expose people that might not even consider metal to be real. They still think it's about makeup and dragons and Satan.
Ken, what do you think of the Probot record?
Probot record was definitely interesting. It was unique for a drummer of Dave Grohl's caliber, who'd been known so much for something like Nirvana and Foo Fighters, to try something that was slam-basting metal, but those who have read about him knows that this is what he grew up on, and he's a big metal fan all his life, so it made sense.
Speaking of cool albums, Lamb of God released the deluxe producer edition of Sacrament, where all of the tracks are isolated, and you can basically go in and remix the album.
When I was starting to get into metal, I used to get the King Diamond records because the band was so amazing. And I did learn to love King Diamond, but for a long time, all I wanted to do was just somehow get rid of the vocal track, you know, so I could listen to this band that was kicking ass. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. If you want to sing it yourself, you can. If you want to turn off the drums and do them yourself, you can. You know, it's much more interactive and allowing people to do a lot more with the music than just saying, you know, here it is.
As always, it was great to hook up with Lamb of God. Definitely go out, check out that deluxe producer edition of Sacrament, and look out for their new DVD.
I'm hoping on the new DVD there might be a rematch between Randy and Mark.
We'll never get out of this hole.
You know, the last
Yeah, I was
DVD
going to say, I'm hoping
Philadelphia.
there are no fights on this DVD.
Okay, I like the fights.
After the break, the guys enjoy a magical evening with Killswitch Engage. And get thrashed with Exodus. It's all coming up on Talking Metal on Fuse. But first, a lesson in Swedish metal from Soilwork.
If I give you a word, can you say it for me in Swedish?
Headbanging.
Huvudskaka.
Huvudskaka.
Metal horns. Metallhorn.
Kasta upp hornen.
Kasta upp horn. Circle pit.
Cirkelgryta.
Cirkelgryta. Stage diving. Sendyk. Heavy metal. Tung metall. Black metal will be svart metall. Hair metal will be hår metall. Or pudelrock. Poodle rock. That's what we call it in Sweden.
You know, they look like poodles. Hej, detta är Ola från Soilwork.
Tjena, det här är Björn från Soilwork. Ni tittar på Snacka Metal på Fuse.
TV.
Second-rate musicians.
There's not that much difference between sucking and not sucking for us.
In third-world countries.
We're hoping not to get killed or kidnapped.
A first-class disaster. New episode of NoFX Backstage Passport, Tuesday at 10:30 on Fuse.
It's gonna be ugly, you watch.
We went ahead and signed the record deal, and we did our best to keep it going. But when things didn't go as planned with the label, it all fell apart. But in our darkest hour, our friends and family stood up and stood by us. For more than a decade, they were the ones who supported us and sacrificed to keep us inspired. And it's because of them that we're not going to give up chasing our dream. The Brooklyn Way. New episode Thursday at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. Right here on Fuse.
World Series, San Diego Bay and Detroit Riverfront. Tickets at redbullairrace.com.
I'm not here to argue sublantics. What?
Nudities. You're using some sort of dialect I've never heard before.
Right. Bang, bang. Table up. What's the?
Tell them that in your fake Ching Chong language.
Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay. Rated R. Now playing.
The new Butterfinger Comedy Network, only on Yahoo. Good times, man. Good times. Go to Yahoo and search Butterfinger.
I chose to get vaccinated because I'll do everything I can to help protect myself from cervical cancer.
I chose to get vaccinated when my doctor told me HPV can affect women my age and how Gardasil can help protect me.
Gardasil is the only cervical cancer vaccine that helps protect against 4 types of HPV.
2 types that cause 70% of cervical cancer and 2 more types that cause other HPV diseases.
I chose to get vaccinated after my doctor told me cervical cancer isn't the only HPV disease Gardasil helps prevent.
Gardasil does not treat cervical cancer or other HPV diseases.
Side effects include pain, swelling, itching and redness at the injection site, fever, nausea, dizziness, vomiting, and fainting.
Gardasil is not for women who are pregnant.
Gardasil may not fully protect everyone and does not prevent all kinds of cervical cancer.
So it's important to continue routine cervical cancer screenings.
I chose to get vaccinated because my dreams don't include cervical cancer.
Gardasil. Gardasil.
Gardasil. You have the power to choose. Ask your doctor about Gardasil.
Good night, buddy.
Good morning, Dad.
Oreo, Milk's favorite cookie.
Hey, I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything is right. I said, hey, I put some new shoes on and everybody's smiling. It's so inviting. No, short on money, but long on time. Slowly strolling in the sweet sunshine. And I'm running late and I don't need an excuse. So I'm wearing my brand new shoes.
Blood Drunk, the new album from Finnish metal giants Children of Bodom. Catch them on Gigantor beginning April 12th. Children of Bodom, Blood Drunk, in stores April 15th.
On this day in history, March 4th, 1984.
On March 4th, 1984, I saw Kiss for the first time. My parents, who were also Kiss fans, took me and 6 of my friends on a 2-hour drive to the Stanley Theater in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. By this time, members Ace Frehley and Peter Criss had been replaced by Vinnie Vincent and the late, great Eric Carr. This was also Kiss's first tour without makeup. Opening for Kiss on this tour were German heavy metal masters Accept. The next day, we all wore our Lick It Up shirts to school. The following day, we wore our Accept shirts. Since that concert, I saw Kiss on every single tour, and I even had to sleep outside once after missing my train after one of their shows. And I'd do it again.
And that was this day in history.
I'm glad you mentioned Accept. What a great band.
Yeah, I love Accept.
And I thought it was very interesting that you chose to do a piece on the non-makeup record, or one of the non-makeup records, Lick It Up, with your makeup on.
Well, I had to keep the makeup on because everybody knows Kiss belongs in makeup.
When people think of Kiss, they think of the makeup.
Absolutely. Yeah. What's funny is that we got into that same conversation with the guys from Killswitch.
I was kind of bummed out when Lick It Up came out. I was just like, oh, I'll put the makeup back on. It was a bummer.
What's your favorite Kiss record?
Lick It Up.
It was cool to go out to dinner with them. It was like a first date.
Hand-holding, slow dancing.
Not exactly, but we had a good meal, and we spoke about some of the first bands that they got into.
You know what? I don't know this about you. What was the first band you were so stoked on as like a little kid? Very, very first one? Yeah. Wham. You too. I like the Huey Lewis sports record. That was sweet.
That was awesome.
It was pretty great.
It was nothing but hits.
What did you grow up listening to?
He loved Striper.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was a huge Striper.
Really?
Oh, God.
Who wasn't?
Yeah. Yellow and Black Attack. Oh, come on, man. I was into them.
Their most recent one was called Reborn.
Yeah, I haven't got to hear it
You
yet.
got to get that, too.
I need it.
I had no idea Howard would get so excited about Striper, a band I love.
One band that I did know Howard and Joel are huge fans of is him. The biggest selling Finnish band of all time.
I actually saw them at some show up in Syracuse near where I'm from, and I thought they were really great. They're a really fun band.
Me and Howard are big fans. You know, we actually before they ever came to the States, we flew over just to see a show in London.
Wow.
I will admit, I do have a lot of him stuff.
Oh,
Him's kind of like the new Kiss, though. They have everything on the market. There's going to be dolls pretty soon.
We just saw him in concert in New York City, and I've seen them a number of times. This was by far the best time I've ever seen them play live. Yeah.
Did they play that song about love?
They play that.
Yeah, they did play that.
I kill you.
The Killswitch guys were really pretty hysterical, and I figured they would be because they have this rather, I'd call it funny video for Dio's Holy Diver, which is a rocking cover of an amazing rocking song.
Holy diver, you've been down too long in the midnight sea. Oh, what's becoming of me?
Yeah, I love the original video.
Ride the tiger, you can see his stripes, but you know he's clean.
But the Killswitch version was just unbelievable. I just can't stop thinking of Justin with that king crown on and that beard.
Not only remake the song, but they kind of remake the video in their own
They
special
covered the
way.
video.
Yeah.
Kind of had to be that way. You couldn't think of any other way.
You gotta pay homage to that little guy, you know? He's freaking sweet.
I met him when I was like 15, and I've been a fan since I was probably like 13 or 14. So many great records through the years.
He's like the godfather of metal. So it's great seeing a band like Killswitch Engage offering up respect from the present to the bands of the past and even having some fun with the video.
Speaking of metal icons, Adam D, who was a total character, had an unbelievable story about meeting the late great Dimebag Darrell at the Metal Hammer Awards.
The one time I got to meet him, it was freaking sweet. This is the green room, I was walking past him, I was like, hey man, and he's like, oh kid, go over here. Like just holding a bottle of whiskey. He puts his arm around me and says, listen, I haven't seen a dude with moves like that on stage since that old Gene Simmons. Take your pull.
Get your pull.
That was the night he accepted his award and he threw it at somebody in the crowd.
Then he went and sat on the drum riser and took his shoes off. I was like, what's he doing?
He actually wrote an apology for it. He was like, sorry about that. It was amazing.
It was awesome.
Dimebag was so cool that I wouldn't mind if I got hit with his trophy.
Or by a metal hammer.
Well, at least Dimebag, he offered an apology, and it's all good.
Definitely. We had a great time hanging out with Killswitch. Lots of great stories.
Definitely. Great guys.
Coming up, John and Mark team up with Exodus for the ultimate metal jam. Plus, the metal detector and more when Talking Metal on Fuse returns. But now it's time for the Talking Metal Top 3 with DevilDriver.
What's up? We're DevilDriver. These are the top 3 things to not do if you come to a heavy metal show.
Do not start drinking vodka at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's just not going to work out.
Say number 2, when you wake up, don't go right to the Jaeger booth because you're not going to last the whole day.
Number 3, do not check your MySpace in between songs of the band set.
Look at this face. You got to come get
Is this the tabloids or is this a music show?
Everything's a tabloid. Life is a f***ing tabloid.
This weekend, break down your spring break with Fuse. The party begins at 3 p.m. with Fuse's original series, NoFX Backstage Passport.
Something's gonna go down.
Followed by another Fuse original, The Brooklyn Way. And then it's a Fuse triple feature, Bored Heads, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and The Big Lebowski.
Ow!
If that's not enough debauchery for you, the Rad Girls are tearing it up. Spring Breakdown. All this weekend starting tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific.
You guys are kidding me, right?
No, I wouldn't kid you. No, first thing women look at is shoes. It tells a lot about a man. You're wearing Skechers, so you're in good shape.
Oh, okay. So what do they look at next?
Oh, definitely cell phone. Cell phone, wallet, hairline.
Let's go back to shoes.
Is this what you were looking for? New chocolate-flavored Skittles? What did you think was going to happen, Stephen? Did you think you were going to hit me with that bat and little chocolatey candies would come pouring out? Yes. I have to buy my Skittles downstairs.
Like everybody else! I'm just like everyone else!
Chocolate the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Imagine blinding brunette shine in every direction.
Brilliant Brunette shampoos and conditioners with light enhancers create a light-reflecting surface for truly vibrant color. Brilliant Brunette hair care from the John Frieda collection.
Knife and fork. Once used to eat breakfast. Before those, it was like cleaning your house without a robot. Oh, perfect timing, King 3000.
The cheesy bacon BK wrapper. The breakfast of tomorrow, today.
Now there's something you can do to protect the future of your skin. New Clean & Clear Soft, an oil-free moisturizer with white tea antioxidant and the SPF you need to protect your skin from environmental stress like sun and pollution. Get your best skin, soft, healthy, protected. And to complete your skincare regimen, try the entire line of Clean & Clear Soft. Clean & Clear and under control.
Rated T for teen. Rock band, drum set, and wireless guitar now sold separately.
Tired? Need energy? Stacker 2 6-hour Power Extreme Energy Shot. Feel it fast. Energy that lasts. Extreme energy. Energy that lasts. 6 hours of power. Stacker 2 6-hour Power Extreme Energy Shots. Available at your local convenience store.
Worlds Collide, the new album from Apocalyptica. With I'm Not Jesus, featuring Corey Taylor. Special guests include Adam Gontier from 3 Days Grace and Christina Scavia from Lacuna Coil. Worlds Collide, in stores now.
I thought you were a good man. I thought you talked.
What the deuce do cartoons have to do with auto insurance?
Cartoon car insurance.
Let's get more informed with this dictionary of auto insurance terms. For example, comprehensive coverage may assist with compensation for damages from objects pulled by gravitational forces onto an auto, thus resulting in requisite repair.
In other words, if something falls on your car, comprehensive coverage can pay to fix it.
Righty-ho.
Quote by print.
Instantly at eShorts.
Do you know that stroke targets by color? Odds are, if you're African American, you're twice as likely to suffer a stroke as white Americans. Know where you stand, because beating the odds isn't about winning, it's about living. Join the power to end stroke at strokeassociation.org.
Hi, we're Exodus, and you're watching Talking Metal on Fuse.
Yes!
All right, we're back, and you're just in time for the metal detector.
I want to talk to you guys about some music that I think sounds awesome. Black Tide, Light from Above. Incredibly young, incredibly good, straight, loud metal. Check it out. Airborne. Everybody is talking about these guys.
The Airborne sound is very energetic.
Sweat-soaked.
Yeah, it's
boozed up.
Yeah.
Sex, good times. It's just rock and roll played really, really loud and raw.
Running Wild. Loud, straight-ahead hard rock from down under. Check them out. And now I'd like to dip into my record collection and pull out an oldie but a goodie.
It's time for the Lost Classic.
1983 was an incredible year for metal, and this is just one of the reasons why. Saxon. You cannot beat the Power and the Glory album. Great, great stuff. It brought their sound out of the 70s into the 80s. Without question, their best record, and possibly one of the best records ever made.
Mark, we had the unbelievable honor of jamming with Exodus.
And we jammed on the classic Metallica Seek and Destroy. Kill 'Em All was such an important record in the history of heavy metal, the history of thrash. And Exodus, I mean, one of the 4 founders of thrash metal.
Initially, I was going to play guitar on the song because, of course, the one and only Tom Hunting was going to be behind the kit.
Such an amazing drummer.
Yeah, unbelievable thrash drummer. But he decided he wanted to do co-lead vocals, put me behind the drums, and they immediately made me feel comfortable, took the edge off because both Tom and Gary commented on how cool they thought my snare sounded. During the jam, all the guys were looking to me to kind of make sure I was kind of keeping the song together, and here I'm thinking, the Exodus guys are looking at me to keep the song together?
Well, there was a lot of communication, like for me, like to look into the eyes of Gary Holt, you know, somebody that I admired since I was a kid, really was an amazing experience.
Break out the peanut butter. It's time for a metal jam.
When did you first learn Seek and Destroy?
I couldn't even tell you. I don't know. It's just one of those things. Just, you know, being a Bay Area band around another Bay Area band, you just kind of knew each other's riffs back then. You know?
Right. It is kind of interesting being that Kirk, of course, used to be in Exodus many, many years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to show them how the song's meant to be played.
I'll tell you the truth, I was listening to some of your double bass work, and I was saying to myself, man, I hope I don't embarrass myself today.
No, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Well, besides the double bass, Tommy is also the best singer that Exodus has ever had.
He got the opportunity to get in front of the mic, and he took it and never looked back.
Yep.
It was truly an honor to jam with one of the true legends of thrash metal. Well, thank you guys for hanging out today. We had a great time.
Thank you.
Check out piercingmetal.com. Go down to hang out at Coyote Ugly.
Check out fuse.tv/talkingmetal.
And check out talkingmetal.com to listen to the podcast.
Thank you, Bud Friendly. Thank you, Mike. We will see you next time
on Talking Metal on Fuse.
Awesome.
animal, man. You're just shredding these big-ass sticks.
Big show, big China, big trouble.
Counterfeit tickets should be pretty easy to catch at the door, no?
Not the way the Chinese do it.
I love China.
New episode of NoFX Backstage Passport, Tuesday at 10:30 on Fuse.